The calendar invites arrive the same week. One is for a long-planned couple vacation, paid for in points and daydreams. The other is a family obligation that matters deeply to someone you love. This is family roles in multicultural relationships, where love sometimes asks you to hold a suitcase in one hand and a tradition in the other. What feels like our life to one partner can feel like our duty to the other. Some families believe love is proven by showing up, even when it's inconvenient. Others believe love is protected by guarding couple time, like a small fire on a windy night. Both stories can be true at once, and that is where the work begins. Welcome to Whispered Hearts, English, where we turn complicated choices into clear conversations. Tonight, we're exploring the quiet architecture under every request from parents, aunties, cousins, and community. We'll look at how culture shapes who decides, who hosts, who cares, and how you can honor that while building a home that is decidedly yours. Families write their expectations in 1,000 unspoken ways. In some homes, elders' voices guide decisions, and adult children are expected to weave their lives around those threads. In others, couples consult family but draw their own map, even if the path looks unfamiliar. Cross-cultural family dynamics means nobody is wrong. They're just arriving from different maps. You can hear those maps in everyday scenes. It's the Sunday soup that always happens at your mother-in-law's. It's the assumption that your spare bedroom is a guest room, not an office. It's the text that says, "We'll be there in an hour," not a question, but a promise from long ago. Have you noticed how these habits show up in your week already? But there's something even quieter holding love together, beneath roles and rules. Every expectation is a story about security. Showing up says, "We protect each other." Saying no says, "We protect our home." When you speak to the story, not just the logistics, people hear your heart more clearly. Start your conversations with living details, not verdicts. If we go to the family ceremony, I'm worried we'll come home exhausted and miss the reset we planned. Or, if we skip it, I'm afraid my parents will feel we're pulling away from the village that raised me. Put the feelings on the table first. Solutions come easier when the room feels seen. Culture shapes caregiving roles, too. In some families, adult children move in with parents when someone's health changes, because closeness is the medicine. In others, care looks like logistics, managing appointments, paying for help, visiting on weekends. Neither is less loving. They're different languages of duty, learned from different elders. Here's a quick check-in to protect connection when choices get hot. Ask each other, which part of this decision touches a core value for you? Is it loyalty, autonomy, fairness, peace? Once the value is named, you can build a plan that honors it on purpose instead of tripping over it by accident. When extended family influences your calendar, build a shared lens before you answer anyone else. Try this framework at the kitchen table, mugs warm in your hands. What's the purpose of the event? What are the expectations if we go? What are the consequences if we don't? What support would make going joyful, not draining? But there's a curiosity spike waiting to reframe old friction. What if boundaries aren't walls? What if they're doors with clear signs? Welcome in on Sunday afternoons. Please knock before visiting on weeknights. We can host for 3 days, then the guest room turns back into an office. Doors keep love moving while protecting your floors. Speak the door signs in language that travels well. Replace blame with clarity. We'll see you this weekend. Lands better than you always invite yourselves. We'd love to host in July. Lands better than stop asking us last minute. In multicultural families, tone is a bridge. Choose the bridge that can carry everyone. Make one visible agreement about visits. Decide who communicates logistics to whose family, and keep that channel consistent. If your partner's parents prefer calls over texts, meet them there. If your own family expects group chats with emoji check marks, meet them there too. You're not doing double the work. You're doing single work with double respect. But there's something even quieter that diffuses pressure. Predictability. Create a simple family calendar that repeats. We visit the first Sunday of each month. We host Thanksgiving on odd years, travel on even years. Predictable rhythms feel like respect to elders. They also help you protect rest without last-minute guilt. When you need to say no like a hug, not a hammer. We can't be there this time. We love you. Here's how we'll show up instead. Maybe it's a video call that includes cousins. Maybe it's sending food or a thoughtful gift that carries the same meaning as your presence. Creativity turns a hard no into a soft yes. Here's your first interactive pause. How do you balance family expectations in your relationship? Drop one sentence you've used that worked. Someone else may need your exact words tonight. Living arrangements bring another layer of negotiation. In some cultures, multi-generational homes are a dream, not a burden. A full table means a full heart. In others, couple privacy is oxygen, and too many footsteps in the hallway feels like a crowd in the bedroom. If you clash here, you're talking about oxygen, not opinions. Walk through the house together before anyone moves in, even in conversation. Name the sacred zones that protect your bond, your bedroom, your work corner, your morning coffee ritual. Then name the community zones where family life hums happily. The kitchen, the living room, the porch. This map helps everyone breathe in the same home. But there's something even quieter that keeps peace in shared spaces. Rituals that take 5 minutes and change everything. A nightly couple check-in after dinner. A morning walk around the block, even on crowded weekends. A tiny hand squeeze when a conversation gets loud. These moments are invisible fences around your marriage. They keep your two hearts in the same yard. Decision-making traditions deserve sunlight too. Some families vote in the living room. Others defer to elders or to the person paying the bill. Some expect men to speak first. Others expect whoever knows the most to lead. Cross-cultural expectations can collide here without malice. Illuminate the rule book you both inherited and choose what stays. Here's a repair script for the moment after a decision goes sideways and someone feels steamrolled. I'm sorry I answered for us. I want your voice first next time. Then make a concrete change. At the next family dinner, I'll pause and look to you before I speak. Repair is love with a to-do list. Keep it small and kept. But there's something even quieter that keeps decisions fair over time. Roles that rotate. 1 month, one of you is the point person for family planning. The next, it's the other. You both learn the pressures and the joys of each side. Empathy rises when the job title changes hands. When caregiving decisions arrive, name your range of options early, before anyone is in crisis. We can contribute money. We can host for part of the recovery. We can coordinate help from within the community. People hear yes best when they know which door it will come through. You'll spend less energy defending your limits later. Think ahead about money requests too. In some families, helping is automatic and beautiful. In others, budgets are tight or boundaries thin. Agree on an amount you can give without resentment, and a process for saying yes. For everything else, consider non-cash support. Rides, meals, time. Love wears many outfits. Let it choose one that fits. Here's a gentle prompt. What did respect look like in your childhood home? Was it silence when elders spoke? Eye contact? Acts of service? Naming this saves you from assuming your partner meant disrespect when they were actually following their old map. Midway through, let whispered hearts. English be your soft bench. You're not failing if you feel torn. You're honoring roots and branches at the same time. This channel is a place to practice both, with language that keeps dignity intact on all sides. When conflict flares during family gatherings, step outside together for a 2-minute porch breath. The crisp winter air can reset tone faster than any speech. Use a short script. Team us. What's the smallest boundary we can set right now? Then return with calm faces and gentle shoulders. You just protected your bond without making a scene. But there's something even quieter than quick exits. Pre-briefs and debriefs. Before a visit, decide your signals. A hand on the knee means jump in. A glass set on the table means rescue me. After the visit, exchange 2 sentences each. I appreciated when you... and next time, could we? Love grows faster when feedback is small, specific, and kind. Hosting creates unique pressure in multicultural homes. Food carries meaning, timing is symbolic, and seating can be political without anyone saying so. Ask both families which details matter most. Maybe it's a certain dish that says home, or starting with a toast, or greeting elders at the door. Hit the high-meaning notes. Relax the rest. Schedule recovery time after big family events. Put it in your shared calendar like any other commitment. Sleep late. Eat simple. Walk in a nearby park where summer evening warmth turns everything gold. The body needs a signal that the big energy has ended and the home belongs to you again. Here's another engagement spark. What's one boundary you set that actually brought you closer to your extended family? Share the sentence that did it. Your words could become someone else's peace offering. Remember that families often fear change more than they resist it. When you announce a new boundary, pair it with continuity. We're moving our Sunday visits to the first Sunday only, and we're adding a monthly group call so we see everyone's face. New rhythm, same love. People exhale when continuity shows up with the news. If you're the bridge between your partner and your family, guard your translation power. Present your partner's needs as shared goals, not demands. We want to be helpful, and we want to protect our rest. So here's our plan. This isn't politics, it's hospitality. You're setting a table where everyone can eat without choking on pride. But there's something even quieter that keeps your couple strong when families disagree. A unified stance, delivered with soft eyes. We decided. Not he decided, or she made me. Families learn quickly whether they can divide and conquer. Make we your shield and your welcome mat. If someone crosses a firm boundary, follow through calmly. We love surprise visits, just not on weeknights. Tonight we can't host. Next time, call first. Then stick to it. The consistency will sting once. The respect will last longer. Design small traditions that belong only to you two. Tuesday, tacos with extra lime. Saturday morning, house meeting over pancakes. A summer picnic under one specific oak. These rhythms tell your nervous systems, this is our center. From there, it's easier to expand outward to any family circle. Here's a Sunday evening practice for 1 month. Sit at the kitchen table, phones down, and answer 2 questions. Where did family expectations pinch this week? Where did they help? Then choose one tiny experiment for next week. Tiny is the secret. Tiny gets done. When choice and obligation feel like a tug of war, remember the middle path. Negotiate, don't declare. Offer timed commitments. We can come for 2 hours, then we'll head home. Offer phased plans. We'll host your parents for 3 days this time, and next month we'll visit your sister for a weekend. Compromise is the art of resizing expectations without shrinking love. But there's something even quieter we'll end with. Gratitude that doesn't cancel the boundary. Thank you for inviting us. We feel loved. Thank you for understanding our need to rest. We feel respected. Families flourish on thank yous spoken briefly and often. So do couples. Picture your next crossroads. The vacation dates and the family invitation still share a page. You brew coffee while spring rain taps the window. You talk like teammates, not opponents. You text with kindness. You say no like a hug. You write a plan on the whiteboard that protects joy. Later, you send photos from the trip and schedule Sunday lunch for next month. The whole village breathes a little easier. If you're new here, whispered hearts. English is the porch light left on for complex love. We translate culture into everyday choices and help your home feel safe for everyone who steps inside. You can come back to this conversation whenever the calendar gets crowded. Tell us in the comments, how do you balance family expectations in your relationship? What line has helped you honor both your roots and your rest? Your words might be the peace someone else brings to their next dinner table. Love isn't measured by how many times you say yes, and it isn't protected by saying no to everything. It's built by clear doors, reliable rhythms, gentle repair, and 1,000 small signs of care. Keep choosing each other in public and in private. Keep rewriting the map together, one boundary and one blessing at a time. That is the living art of family roles in multicultural relationships.